So after a couple of days playing, well, a couple of days now, more like a week-ish playing, I've noticed a lot of new people playing the game. You can obviously tell that they're new because they're using the free characters with no masteries, and kind of just feel like when they're playing, they don't really know the layout of the maps or what guns are best. And we're just gonna go over today some of my personal best tips for starting to play this game. Before it starts, obviously in no way am I a professional. Like, I'm not the best, but I've definitely got better over the time of playing it. I did take a break for a long time with this game, but you know, at the end of the day, I play other games like this as well. So I feel like I have some kind of knowledge on what this type of game would work and how you would get better at it. So we're gonna go over maybe 5 of my personal best tips for the game. So if they are helpful, make sure to leave a like, and if you do want to see more gameplay of the game, then why not subscribe? You know, I try to upload every day as best I can. Sometimes it's different games, but Rogue Company is in the mix. So without further ado, let's go into the first one, shall we? So probably the most important thing to know about the game when you do start playing is it is a tactical game. You can't run in, you can't really abandon your team unless you are, more of an experienced player. Like, I do it occasionally. Sometimes it goes well and sometimes it doesn't. Stick with your team. Obviously, at the end of the day, you've got to win 8 rounds, and you're not going to win 8 rounds alone unless you're an actual god at the game. But stay with your team, and if the game does, start weighing more into their favour than yours, don't get mad about it. Just keep calm, because at the end of the day, 8 rounds is a long time. I think 4 matches, if the games are kind of even, is about 20 minutes, which is a long time. In the game, if you think about it when you're playing, 20 minutes is a while. But keep focused, stay with the team, communicate as best you can. Obviously, if you're playing with people you know, that's great, you can talk to them. But if not, use the ping system, use the call out systems in the game. You can tell your teammates where enemies are, you can tell them where to kind of defend, where to go. The ping's really helpful, and it's going to help your team a lot in terms of winning rounds and winning games. The next one, this is more of a technical standpoint of the game. This is more about how the game works and how you can kind of take advantage of it, or at least use the mechanics and the ways the game works to kind of do better. This game is based around a bloom system for its gunplay. Basically, what that means is your bullet spray pattern has slight randomness to it. So it means if you're aiming at a target, aimed at sights, for example, some bullets won't hit and some will, even if they're on point. It's just a way to kind of add a little bit of variety to the game on certain engagements. I don't really think it's the best in the world in terms of bloom itself. I don't really think it's the best, especially in those moments where you're goddamn certain you're going to hit someone and the bullet just flies past their head. But there's ways to kind of manipulate the bloom, I guess, to help you, more likely win a gunfight. And simply what you want to do is, obviously, don't hip fire when stood up at a long range, because that's the least inaccurate way to shoot someone at long range. If you are going to spray someone down who is in front of you, be sure to crouch. It tightens the spread of the bullets anyway, makes it more accurate. So if you are going to spray someone down in front of you, be sure to crouch. If they're moving around too quickly for you to crouch and kill them, just strafe slowly. And jumping can be pretty good too, because it doesn't seem like jumping really makes a difference. Especially with the character I play Vi a lot, and her gun is quite accurate in the air. So there is ways to, kind of bypass some of that annoying bloom that you get. If you are going to try and take someone out at long range, obviously an AR or a sniper rifle character is probably the best. But even if you are doing that, be sure to kind of shoot in bursts rather than shooting full auto, because the first couple shots on magazine are usually more accurate anyway. So if you want to just burst people down, it'll make the gun more consistently accurate at long ranges. But obviously, you know, there is characters that are better for long range. And talking about that, we're going to move into the next little kind of tip for characters. Okay, so Rogue Company has quite a big roster of characters now. Launch there wasn't many, but now there is definitely a handful that I haven't even played myself yet, which I will get around to eventually. But my advice for a game like this, and it goes the same with other games like this, not like 100% like this, but I'm talking like character hero shooters, like we're talking Overwatch, like Valorant, which is probably, out of all the examples I can think of, the most kind of like this than anything else. But what you want to be doing is making sure that you pick a character, or maybe two characters, and just learn how they work, learn their guns, learn their abilities, be better than anyone else, because yes, while some characters do use the same type of guns and they're more likely the same, the characters have passives and, you know, special abilities that will help in certain fights, and if you can master that, then you'll be the best you can be at those characters. Me personally, I use Vi, as you can probably tell from like every video I've uploaded, and I use Sigurd as well. She is the Riot Shield character. I'm still trying to figure out, well, I'm not really trying to figure out, I kind of know it's a Riot Shield, it's not too complicated, but I'm still trying to, you know, get better at her, because she's kind of SMG, and I don't really use SMGs all that much. Vi's gun is just probably my favourite gun in the game, so on top of that, her abilities are really good at shutting down certain pathways. Her abilities can be used to block off certain ways. People run through the ability she puts down, they'll lose more HP, and it'll lower their max HP, so they don't have as much HP as normal, so that'll be easy to kill. So yeah, definitely just pay attention to characters' abilities and what they do. Just look at ones that match your playstyle. You know, if you're long range, you want to be doing someone like Phantom or Fixer, because they're snipers. And even maybe the new one, which is Seeker, I believe. He has a bow, and he can mark targets through walls and stuff like that. And then Dallas as well has like a DMR, which is long range rifle. And then your close quarters ones, you know, Ronin, Scorch, stuff like that. They have faster firing ARs and SMGs, and their abilities make good for pushing and staying on top of an enemy. And then there's a few support ones, like Dahlia, I think her name is, and then maybe Saint as well, because obviously he can revive his teammates anywhere on the map, as long as only one of them is down, because his drone can go anywhere and revive anyone. And then of course you have Anvil, which is puts down like a wall, basically a shield wall, that you can shoot through if you knock out the glass. So there is definitely characters suited for different playstyles, so make sure to pick the one you want to be. I'll probably go over playstyles of the game in a future video, just so that, you know, you can see what characters are best at doing what, but that's a whole different thing. The next thing I would probably say is about the store, round by round. I see a lot of people doing this, and I don't really see the point. But you have two options for primary weapons. You do want to pick one of them. You don't want to pick both of them. You can only carry one at a time. You can't carry two primaries. So investing the money into fully upgrading one and then trying to fully upgrade the other is kind of a waste of a lot of money. It takes a lot of cash in game to upgrade both weapons to full. And at the end of the day, if you want a second weapon in the round, if you kill someone, you can pick up that weapon and use that too. Which is obviously, that's actually a really good way of surprising people, because if you're playing a character that isn't a sniper or isn't at close range and you have an SMG as well, it just kind of throws them off, which is good. So you definitely want to be doing that. And then money can be used more on your lethals or tacticals, or using incendiary grenades, because again, combine that with Vi's ability and you're basically blocking a path for so long that that team can't really go anywhere. And then the perks. Some of the perks on certain characters are different. I think it depends on the class they are. Or I think maybe that's not true, maybe it's just random each time, but there's a lot of perks in the game that can really benefit you. There's ones where you being shot at can increase your movement speed, so you can get away faster. There's ones where your health regen will be delayed for a short time, which means you get your full health back after being shot at quicker. And there's ones where downing enemies reloads the magazine partially, so the perks are very useful, so definitely don't stay on the perks. In terms of the melee weapons, I don't really pick them up. There's a certain character, I believe it's called Talon, I think it might be called Talon, where he can retrieve his melee weapon if he throws it. So melee weapons for him can be good, but I don't really particularly use them. I don't really melee people in this game anyway, because I think the normal punch takes about 3 or 4 to kill, so it's, for me, I don't really see the point. So I don't use melee weapons, but definitely pick one gun, pick like 3 or 4 perks. And if you're doing better, you can obviously probably buy more, because you know the better you're doing around, the more money you get at the end. And just, you know, focus on one weapon, and then set up your class with the perks you want, and then you should have a lot left over cash by the end, and a decently fully upgraded character. The last one I would probably say, this is probably the most, if you're trying to really like get better at the game, there's no shame in going into a match with a character you haven't played before against bots. Not only is that good for learning a character, because you can play against bots with real people, or you can, I believe you can just go into a private match with bots on your team and bots on the enemy team, and just figure out the character, figure out their guns, what they do. If there's a new map, you know, go into private matches, load up the new map, play the map in private matches to get used to it. Play as much as you want. There is no restriction on playing against bots or with bots. Just go in, practice. I usually, not often, but sometimes, if I'm going to be sitting and playing the game for a while, I usually jump into bot matches first, just to kind of warm up, I guess. Even though it's nothing compared to real people. Like, they're kind of dumb, the bots in this game, but at the end of the day, they run the lanes of the maps that are quite popular. They kind of do the same kind of thing as people would do, but they just don't really react to you as well. But it's really helpful for using the bots to learn the maps, learn the weapons, and learn the characters. So definitely don't sleep on that, because it's useful. It is useful. Any game like this, you could say the same thing. You know, Rainbow Six, yes, there's no bots. I don't think. Maybe there is. But, you know, you can jump into a new match, or a private match, and just figure out the map's layout, figure out where the objectives are, and, you know, when you go into a map the first time online, you'll be a bit more prepared, because you would already have signed it for like an hour or two just to get used to it. Plus, at the end of the day, one matches not only can help you learn the character and learn a map, they can also, you know, hone your skills a bit better. You can practice headshots, you can practice peeking around corners, which is a big thing in this game, with the third person shoulder, which is honestly kind of broken. You'll see it at the end of this video. If you do watch the end of the gameplay, you will see in the last round, the very last round, I aced the entire team. I literally stood on one box for the most part. Like, I didn't move, I just switched shoulders constantly. So definitely use that to your advantage, because it's really, really good. But yeah, that final one, private matches, bots, new maps, new characters. Just go in, take all the time you want, and figure out how they work, how the map works, and what weapons are good. And that is basically it. I mean, I have more I would love to go over, but I don't want to make this video more than like 15 minutes. Maybe if people want it more, I can kind of give more. Again, I'm not a professional player, but I do feel like, you know, I've put a lot of time into the game. Obviously there was a break in between, but I've put a lot of time into the game, and I feel like I know what I'm talking about in terms of this type of game as well. So yeah, those are my kind of starting out tips. You know, just pay attention to those. You know, take notes if you need to, just kind of remember what I said. And, you know, even if you just want to jump into a match, open the video and just kind of listen to what I said while playing, or while against bots. You know, it helps. Definitely don't just kind of forget everything that was said after a video, because it'll feel like a waste of time for you, and it'll feel like not a waste of time for me, because obviously people do take advice from me, then that's good. But at the end of the day, these are here to help people who just started playing the game get better. And, you know, I do like the game. I used to fall out with the game all the time when I used to play it before. I have a tendency to really get stressed out in these type of games when I'm losing even by one round, which is horrible. I know, it's really, really not good. But, you know, I think that's kind of, for the most part, in this game specifically, that's kind of passed. But in other games, I'll just get really competitive. But this game, I don't know. When I'm playing casual modes like this, I don't usually play anything but Demolition, because I kind of prefer the one life round modes. I know the other game modes don't have that, or at least some of them don't. But I just kind of prefer the competitiveness of Demolition to everything else. I haven't even played ranked yet. I haven't touched ranked, but I plan on just spending the last couple of weeks of Season 1 just to hone in and get used to the game again. And then when Season 2 starts, I'll probably do ranked. So if anyone wants to see those ranked games, I'll probably upload a video of each one, or do a stream of just playing the 10 games back to back. I'm not too sure yet, but yeah, Season 2 is in a couple of weeks, so I am kind of looking forward to that. New character looks sick, new map looks cool, and that's all I really have to say. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I apologize if I was speaking too fast or if some of the tips were kind of useless. I'm just trying to throw out what I feel is best. And at the end of the day, if it helped me, then it's going to help someone, right? So, thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow, or later, depending on if I upload again today.
Don't tell anyone about this, okay? Bomb spotted.
Bomb disarmed. That was a close one.
I gain no satisfaction from this.